Fit like a bee, Danny Boy here, and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. We're following our London North Eastern Railways electric train. It looks pretty cool. There it is, heading down to Southend-on-Sea. Is there anyone waiting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whole people and a sixth dude at the end. Samuel Evans. Good man. So, it's not really got much stuff to haul. It's probably going to lose a crap ton of money, but it's cool. It's nice to have it on the line. So we've got our electric train up and running, which is handy. Does anything go through here? No, those things pick up con mats, right? Give me rail lines. I could have this sit and wait, possibly, at some point, for a full load. But we're not going to do that, not yet. We are going to keep upgrading trains. We've got sort of this far. There is this line here. So, the LSWR London Western. Yeah, this one. Now, these are running these. There are quite a lot of them. They do actually make money, so 44 of 71. I'll maybe cut 2 from the line. It seems a bit excessive. In fact, I want all the vehicles, but as soon as I click on one, so this one had 40, that one had that, 25, 50, this one, 14. See, that's not a lot. So I'm going to delete that one. Right, that's one gone. We've got some money back for that. 25. We'll see if there's one that's less. 34. 49. 66. And 53. Right, so the one we are going to get rid of is this one. Right, goodbye. Right, so we've freed up some trains there. We are going to configure, not configure the station. We are going to change this up. So this will be the Southern Railway London Western. So SR. That's all good. Let's manage the vehicles. Now, select them all. We'll keep the current consist, but we'll just change up the front runners. Now, I've not used the B4X, I believe it is. So we're going to use that. Capacity of 71. Steam locos. Let's head down and try and find it. Right, there's the K class, the C2X, the C3. It's maybe further on actually. The B4X, 68 miles per hour. That's fine. Right, so we want it in Southern. So let's add that. Let's add that. Let's go down to the third one and add that. How many is left? 3. We could maybe get them in the reverse then. Multiple units. The B4. Yeah. Right, so this one, it's going to go to the back, unfortunately. So 1, yep, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one down, we'll have you in that color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's all good. Last but not least, we need the light green. Add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, modify. That's going to cost 22 million. Sweet. But they're all done now. So we've got the B4X running on a line. It should be faster now, unless there is something in its way to slow it down. I think it was used for sort of heavy goods trains. This one's just come out of the station, so it's going to be kind of slowish. Now we are going to keep on upgrading stuff. Now let's go London North Eastern Railways. Right, all this is done. That is done. That is done. There is one that brings stone in. Right to there. Now, RLT Stone. You're running one of those GNR J7s. You made money. You have a friend down here that also made money. Now I'd like to keep these wagons on. 120 is fine. Manage vehicles. We'll change them from Great Northern Railways to something else. In fact, there are repaints in London North Eastern Railways. So let's find them. There's a black one and a green one, right? So add that and add that. Modify. Change them up. They should be exactly the same. We probably could get like a third one on here as well. So I may do that. In fact, I've got a depot right here. And what would we actually put on there? So we've got the London, Midland and Scottish Railway as well. We've got this, the LNER B5 for mixed traffic. The C13 is also mixed traffic. Yeah. Okay, leave it as is though, for the minute. I mean, are we desperately needing stone down here? No, there's 8,078. What we're desperately needing is marble. So that's okay. Airport's looking all good. We changed them up to Dorniers. We want to go back to this station in London, and we want to get some London North Eastern Railway stuff up and running. So we've got London Brighton. That's been changed to a Southern Railways, so that is fine. The Great Northern Central Main Line. Now this is the train that we're going to change to the Flying Scotsman at some point, because it went like London, London, Peterborough, Doncaster, York, Darlington, Newcastle, and then to Edinburgh. Not specifically in that order, obviously. But let's have a look here now. Got this, the London North Western Railways, London, Peterborough. Now, this train is pretty cool. It is a Great Northern Railways, and I don't think there is actually... So it's a GNR C1442 Atlantic. Now, I'd like to change that up for London North Eastern Railways, if possible. So, let's have a look. Manage vehicle. So C1, I don't think we actually have that. We've got the C13. Yeah, I think this one may be the one. So let's add that. So remove this, add that, modify. And there we go. London North Eastern Railways, up to 52 miles per hour. It's doing pretty well, this train. I really do like it. It's nice. Right, so that is another one changed. Now we're going to have to actually change that to LNER. So this one will be LNER. Whoops, daisy. Caps lock, LNER. There we go. Right, leave the caps lock on. That one's just running on its own. It's totally fine. The London North Western Railways main line. Right. I think we've got a precursor class. And I think what we'll do is we'll just potentially change this one, because this one is... We'll keep the other ones on. So we'll want manage vehicles. And I think I'll change this to like LMS. So I just want this one, because I'll have to wait and see. So head down. Royal Scot, Pacific, blah blah blah. Precursor class LMS 75. Okay, let's modify that. In fact, what did I just do? Nothing. I didn't do anything. Right, add that precursor class onto there. Find this train and let's have a look at it. Where is it currently? It's currently in Manchester. So we've got the LMS, so in London, Midland and Scottish Railway, so we'll actually change up that. Do that. Change that to LMS. Perfect. That's pretty good. That's pretty sweet, actually. Right, you can head off. These Grand Centrals I'm going to leave. And I'm actually going to change up a train as well. So that is Leicester to Manchester. Now I think I do have an LMS version of this. That's currently just a Midlands Railway train. You've got a crap ton of bread on board. Let's head back down to London. So we'll keep the main line as is from London. We'll just start changing up some other stuff. Right. So LMS mainline, London North Eastern. This one is done. Now there is one that goes. So the GNER East Coast is running a GNR C1. Yes, kind of. I thought we just replaced the C1. We may replace this one. Give me your details. Top speed is 75. Okay. So, manage vehicles. Select. Do that. Right, does this thing still actually exist somewhere? GNR Class 02, Great Western Railways, the C1 Atlantic, or the large Atlantic. And where is the other one? Yeah, the C1 442 Atlantic. It's pretty cool. I think I want to change it up. Now we do have the B17. It's only got 70 miles per hour. Heavier locomotives. Express passengers on the Great. Okay, so I know where to add that. I think. We have the Hush Hush as well. That also does 70, so we'll have to get that on somewhere also. I think what we want is... Where were those two black trains? Alright, so we've got the C1375, which was pretty cool. And the B5 does 60. Mixed traffic needs, you say. So wait a minute. The B17 only did 70. So it's slightly slower. That's okay. We're adding it. It's going on. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Modify for 18 million. I get 18 million back for doing that. Oh, that's beautiful. Right, we need to change this to London North Eastern Railway. LNER. Sweet. Okay, right. So we've got that. All London stuff is done. One doth believe. We will obviously get a train that sort of heads out and goes to Peterborough as well. Or maybe Norwich to Cambridge or something. Now there is this train here. The Oxford one. Now this thing does 70 miles per hour. It is old now though, so I want to change it. Manage vehicle, yes. We're just going to replace it. We could use the Hush Hush on here. Yeah, I'm going to add that. Passengers. I would like to use these British Pullman carriages, but we're going to use them later on. We've got the LMS carriages as well that I'm going to change out. So you do 75, you do 99, Gresley? They only carry like 8 people though. Yeah, go with these ones. Or do we just go with these 130 British Pullman classes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Capacity of 72. Let's do it. Replace. Oh, sweet. We've got the Hush Hush on the go. And this is a London North Eastern Railways number. It looks wild. It's pretty cool. Let's change that up. So, Express Rail Passenger LNER Oxford Cambridge. Right, now the main line, yeah, I want to change out these. So manage vehicles, select, 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 and now it's capacity of 110. We would maybe want more than 110. But what does the LMS take? 20? 120. Oops, it's 140. Modify. Sweet, let's actually have a look at these. Slightly more capacity now. Well, this one's obviously got LNWR on it, but I'm gonna keep it. Hey, they look pretty cool actually. Push pause. Yeah, LMS. Okay, so we've got that done. Let's continue back down the road. So into Oxford. The Gloucester one, we could make this something LMS. It's currently running a whatnot there. An old London North Western Railways number. Manage vehicle. We want to replace that with Steam. Now we've got the Fury. It does 80. It's pretty fast. The Fowler, 55. Railway class. We're built for suburban passenger lines. Right, that's the one I've got up there. Right, let's actually have a look at you. Give me your details. Manage vehicle. No. Give me your deets. So this one does top speed of 60. So maybe the Fowler is not the one for that. Right, manage vehicle. Let's replace it then. I mean, the Fury does 80. What other LMS stock have we got? The precursor class or LNER stock. Maybe add that. Yeah, add that. Remove this. So that will do 60 miles per hour now. Passengers, add 1, 2, 3, 4. 80. Modify. Cool. Yeah. Mixed traffic, away it goes. I mean, it probably could have picked up more people back at, well, whatever the hell this is. Basingstoke we've done. Go to Oxford. I need to rename that one actually. So this one will be Rail Passenger LNER. Gloucester, Oxford. Right, so we're getting more stuff done. It's mostly London North Eastern Railways, or LMS, from here on in. The LMS main line. This one's obviously going to run the Flying Scotsman, or is it? Because this one stops at Leicester, and we don't want to stop at Leicester. We want to go London, Peterborough, out to York, Newcastle, and then Edinburgh. Right, so that could be a completely different route if we wanted. Don't know exactly where I'm gonna, where we're sort of gonna put it station wise, because I think this one is chock-a-block. Yeah, there's lines going into all of there. I mean, I might have another station over here. Could I fit another station in there? I probably could. I'd have to delete this line, place it in, and then it could go up to Peterborough. Well, there's probably, yep, there's 2 spare tracks there. Along there. We'd have to come out and bridge. Yeah, we'd have to come out and then bridge over sort of this. And then keep going. And then feed into this line. And I think we're quite full at York also. Now this orange one is a passing line. That's crude. Yeah, we're pretty busy here. Right, there's one of our new B-17s. Looking sweet. We could probably change this up as well. It's pretty old. Okay, that's fine. Right, check lines at Peterborough is just the LNER train. Line at Ipswich is that LNER train again. And that's the same. Right, Cambridge, LNER. Peterborough, it's fine. Luton, LMS, the main line, the Great Northern Railway Central line that we'll have to change to something. In fact, I might even stick like the Royal Scot or something onto that. Let's have a look. Where did the Royal Scot go to and from? Let's check this. So it departs Edinburgh Waverley Station and travels north across the Firth. Oh yeah, okay. It didn't actually head south, it was up in the north. It went Edinburgh, Dundee, like to Aberdeen, and then round to Keith and then Inverness. Or it went Edinburgh along to Botagarton and then off to Plockton beside the Isle of Skye. Is that right? The Royal Scot route. Let's check it. Ooh, there's a lot of crap here. Right, I just want the route. That would be super nice. Okay, we're not going to get it from that page. The Royal Scot route map. That didn't actually load up. Oh, here we go. Right, the West Coast main line. So, the West Coast main line, Kingdom, cities, Birmingham, Liverpool, Manchester, Edinburgh. That's actually fine, because I want to get a new route that goes from like Edinburgh and out to Manchester. So we'll keep this as something else. Manage vehicles. I do want to replace it now though, because this thing is very old. what we shall do... Yeah, right. Just replace it. Steam. We'll use the Fury. So the high pressure Fury. So it was a variant of the Royal Scot class. So they both do 80. So let's add that. It's a London, Midlands and Scottish Railway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 80 capacity. What's the current train got? 56. 80 is fine. Replace. Maybe should have mixed it up a bit, but I actually quite like this little idea that I've got. Right, did it replace? There we go. Beast, look at it, it's beautiful. Shiny red. It's like a blood or wine blood red. Right, there's obviously no one getting on it there, but there are 333 people that want to go to Luton. So that is nice. Right, now where were we? So that line is done now. The GNR, it will be the LMS. Right. That's perfect. Now where else do we've done Peterborough, right? Yep. The trains at Hull. In fact, we'll do Leicester first. I think that's a better idea. So we've got Leicester Hull. That is running the spinner. But we're going to cut that down because it doesn't make any money. So capacity of 126. We're actually going to change that. So steam. Now the spinner is still there and we're still going to use it. The denial start the spinner. 75. Add that. Passengers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Capacity of 80. Modify. Let's have a look at it. 25. It is actually set to wait for a full load as well. Now that looks really nice. We're super happy with that. Change it to LMS. It's now heading back out somewhere or other. Yeah, just to go all the way around. It's probably why it doesn't make any money, one would imagine. Right, back to here. So we've changed that LMS. Right, the Leicester Sheffield train. What's running on here? Ah, that little old, very old school dinky number. It's still nice and shiny. We are going to change it though. Is it full? 30 of 30. Replace that with... Now, here's what we'll do. We shall replace it with the Fowler class. If I can find it. The LMS Fowler. We'll give it the blue one. Why the hell not? We'll want passengers. Now this does 55. So these are perfectly acceptable. I mean, these could be cool as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them, that gives it a capacity of 40. Let's replace that. Oh, that's SDGNR. Stockton, Darlington, and something else. Jersey Rail? No. Can't be. Right, back to the Googles. What is the SDGNR? Forgot. SDGR Railway. It's the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway. Where the hell is Somerset and Dorset? Shire country, so is that like beside Yorkshire? Beside Bristol and Exeter and stuff. Right, so there's Somerset. Where's Dorset? Yeah, it's beside... Okay. Okay, so change up that local. Know what I'm going to put on here? Because I never got the chance to use it, so I am going to use it. We're going to take this off Steam. Now there is a Grand Central Railway train. Now I should be able to find it. It should stand out. Should it? Is it gone? I hope not. It's definitely not gone. It's further back up. Just need to go slower. Is it gone? I think it is gone. Oh man, that sucks. Caledonian Railway, 1, 2, 3, the Dreadnought, the Spinner, the Denali Star. Okay, fine. Give it the Fowler, but give it in red. Put it in red. Modify. I actually got 11 grand back for that. Well, that's super weird. Right, there he is there. 41 miles per hour. Looking very nice indeed. These are our Midland Railways. I mean, is there a LMS? I think I'll just keep these two as Midland Railways for running freight at the moment. Let's go back. So we have now changed this one to LMS, right? LMS, London, Midland and Scottish Railway. Skadoosh. What else is in here? So this one's done. Leicester, Manchester is running a Midland 483 class. $50 miles per hour. I like the 483 class. Manage vehicles. Select that. Now I sort of want to keep this. The Fowler 2P, that one does 55. The Fury, the Precursor, the Denali Star, the Spinner, the Dreadnought, the 1, 2, 3. I think that's it. I think, yeah, the 483 class, there's not another repaint for it, so I'm actually going to keep that. But I'll just change it to Rail Passenger. I'll just change it to LMS. Why the hell not? It's red. No one will know. We'll know. There it is there. It sort of does look like a Fowler class. I think that's what I was getting confused with. That's all good. Now we're running the Grand Centrals in here as well. Now if there are other Grand Centrals running, I'll keep some of them on. So the LMS Central Mainline, there you go. He picked up 80. So we've removed at least some of the passengers from there, which is nice. We've got our Spinner on the go. Now, speaking of that railway that we just were speaking of, and the one I'm speaking about is the Somerset and Dorset. Now, I checked all this, that's all good. I didn't really check anything from Bristol. And there's a lot of lines coming here. So there's Bristol Gloucester, Bristol Newport. And these are both done. Yep, that's a London Western filling up there. And the Queen Empress comes in on here, yes, and there is a little thing there if we wanted to go somewhere. Yeah, that heads out to Exeter. I mean, we could have a train that just sort of goes round to Barnstaple. It would seem slightly weird, so I'll maybe save that Fowler class for that. Or we may just change up one of these. Perhaps something like the Gloucester train. Manage vehicles. Select that. Replace it with the Fowler 2P, which is down the bottom. I think. Yeah, the 2P. Blue. Add. Passengers. I like these Gresleys. Capacity of 40, sure. How much people are waiting there? 18. It's this Bristol Newport train. And that needs to be bigger as well. What is running on there? Something stupid, probably. Right. Manage vehicle. We're going to take you out of the game. We'll get steam. We'll find a Great Western Railways number for this. Not the big one, maybe the small one. Yeah, and reversed by passengers. So that 1, 2, and then that. Replace. I don't know what the train's actual starting capacity was, but we'll change that. So we'll change this to RLP GWR, Great Western Railways. And we'll change this one. We'll just change this one to LMS. Why the hell not? So LMS, even though it's SDJNR. We'll have another look at it. The blue bad boy. There he goes. It looks really nice. I actually quite like it in the blue. The darker blue. S and DJR. Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway. Right, that is super cool. Now, we've got a lot of freight trains on the go, but I'm actually gonna keep them. I don't see any point in sort of changing them. Now this Gloucester Newport train could probably be something different as well. So we'll manage the line. Now we'll manage the vehicle. Select that, replace it with. Now do we make this... Probably do make it a... Not that, not the Royal Scot. Let's see what other stock we've got. Probably not a precursor class. A Denalister, a Spinner, a 1, 2, 3. Maybe. That's Caledonian Railways. A Dreadnought. Perhaps, maybe. I wish there were smaller trains. I'm not going to add a Dreadnought, actually. Passengers. Give it 1, 2, 3, 4. Replace. We've not actually checked the Dreadnought out in its red livery. It looks nice though. We've still got London North Western Railway stuff rolling in the back. We've still got a lot of DX goods trains rolling, because they are actually pretty good, and so is this Class F London North Western Railways number. I mean, so are these. This actually makes money now. Tidful Coal. This is actually making money now. That will be as soon as it delivers. These trains up here are all good. They're all Great Western Railways. So these two are now done. That one's done, which is nice. We'll head to Gloucester. Now we've got LMS and LNER. Gloucester Newport is the one I just added the... Yep. So we'll make this LMS. Right, so I now only have 2 more to do. Chippenham to Gloucester. Cauliflower class. Manage vehicles. Now I might leave some of this because we'll probably get some more LMS stock. So I'll leave these 2. Birmingham to Gloucester. Yeah, it's running a little tank engine. I think that's quite suited. Which one did I just do there? Bristol to Gloucester, 30 people waiting. That's fine. Now this freight, we'll leave all this freight. This freight here, we'll leave all that. So that's a Grand Central. Yep, we'll leave the Grand Centrals on them. I quite like them, actually. This thing, I do want to change. I don't know what to. I mean, if there's an LMS, manage vehicles, replace with cargo diesel steam. There must have been LMS freight trains. These large express engines, express passenger, the spinner, that, the 1, 2, 3. I mean, there is this. That's London North Eastern Railways. So I'll maybe keep them until we get something else as well. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to Manchester. So the Royal Scot route, once we come to build it, could probably go... where? Because this is quite full. Not gonna lie. But it would have to go along. Maybe go to Carlisle. And then round to Edinburgh. So, or Edinburgh. And round to Kendal. I think it's probably best to go Edinburgh and then round to Carlisle. Although the train would have to come in and go into the station and then pop out. But we will find a route, or we will make a route for it. That's not a problem. Ooh, tired. Don't know why I'm so tired. So LMS, Birmingham, Gloucester. Yeah, I was going to leave that and maybe change it up for something else later. Right, we're looking pretty good. All this is done, right? Yeah. Now, we will change. We do have at Sheffield our MR Intercity, MR Central, but we'll make this the LMS Central, and we'll replace, or not replace, we'll just details, manage vehicle, we'll set it for where is it? I've actually lost it. Where did you put your train? The Denal Star, it's there, the Dreadnought, because that is a Dreadnought. Just in the wrong colour. Right, modify, add that. Sweet, that one is done. Now we do have the Great Northern, the GNR North. These are running like double-headered stuff, but I think I'll change it. So we'll change this to LNER, and then we'll manage these vehicles. Whoops, a daisy, that's interesting. Manage vehicles, yes, select them both. Now these wagons do 75, right, we want to get rid of these because they're old school. So that's LNER. Don't want to use that yet, we're using that. The Hush Hush we've got running as well. The B5, yeah, add the B5, add that, and add that. Replace. Let's have a look at it. Now this is a mixed train, mixed mixed traffic, so it can do freight and or it can do, I don't know, I've actually forgotten. What else can you do? Passengers. Freight or passengers? I think this one is just heading into Newcastle. That's fine. We do have a Newcastle to Edinburgh oh, Newcastle to Edinburgh train that we'll have to change up. So that's now London North Eastern Railways. The East Coast Main Line is running the B17s. We've got this little dinky number here that we're going to have to change. We've got a Junkers coming in there. There's only one person on it though. Newcastle Norwich. There's no one wants to go to Glasgow. Well, that's disconcerting. There are 5 people on that bus though. Yeah, I think you're going to Norwich, right? No, you're going to Glasgow. Okay, manage vehicles. No, manage the line. Delete that one. At Newcastle, wait, and there, wait. But only wait for a minute. Alright, that is totally fine. There's one of our B17s. It is actually making money, which is super nice. Now, the Flying Scotsman, I sort of want to build its own route, really. Got a few things rolling into here, you see. Don't know what all of them are. I mean, there's like 3 intercities coming in here. Yeah, the East Coast Main Line terminates there, and so does the Central Main Line, which is apparently an LMS train. There we go. There's an LMS train in there. Heading out of London. Right, so we've got most of it upgraded. We will have to add the Flying Scotsman in. We'll have to find a way. We'll have it go to York and whatnot, and then bypass Leicester, go to Peterborough, and then just go to London and not stop at Cambridge. So 1, 2, London, Peterborough, York, Newcastle, and then round to Edinburgh. Okay, that seems fine. But I think we'll leave it there for that episode. We will have to change up a few of our trains up in Scotland as well, because they're running the old Caledonian Railway livery. We'll have to change those up. Now, if I could get you to come in on this platform and them to come in on there, and then add another platform there, I think we're golden. I think we can then add the Flying Scotsman onto the route. Now, ultimately it's probably going to get stuck here. I was going to build a whole other route up at the side of it, but I've decided against it. It's going to follow the main route. I could actually have it bypass York. I'm not going to. I'm going to find a way, and I'll get an extra platform on here and then have it roll in to there. So I'm going to have to go along, possibly join onto this route and then come along here, bridge over that into Peterborough, which is totally fine at the moment because that terminates there. We could get another train that goes Norwich to Peterborough. We'll see what else gets unlocked later down the line. But yes, we'll leave it there for that episode. We'll jump on board with the Hush Hush. It's pretty cool. I think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, we're going to leave it there. So, as always, if you did watch this and you would like to leave a like, comment or dislike, please feel free to do so. And if there's more you would like to see in the future, then hit that subscribe button. But I've been Danny Boy, this has been Transport Fever 2 on the UK map, and I will catch you later.